Today I would like to talk about something that's been central to my practice for a while. I call this the anchor technique. In meditation, anchors are specific focus points that help us maintain the attention during our mindful practice. I like to carry this topic onto the practice of music, and I use it to refer to specific exercises, the rules of which are designed with the purpose of keeping us centered on a particular topic or subject without allowing us to stray away from it. To do so, each time we set up an anchor, we need to employ a simple yet strict set of rules which we are not allowed to break for the whole duration of the exercise. To maximize the most mindful aspect of this practice, it is important that we sing everything before playing it. This, as always, serves the purpose of nourishing your inner ear or your mind's ear, allowing you to pre-hear things before they come out of your instrument. Therefore, no sound should come as a surprise to you during any of these exercises. We are working in the direction of developing a strong awareness of what we're about to say. Two invaluable tools that I would advise you to incorporate in this kind of practice are a journal where you can keep track of your exercises and your progress, and a timer to be set up at the beginning of each exercise. When it goes off, the time is up and the exercise is over. In the beginning, I suggest to set a timer for not more than 10 to 15 minutes. Because of the fact that these exercises require you to zero in, reducing the scope of what you're working on, they show their true potential over things that are normally considered the most overwhelming, like chord changes. This is why I'm going to use a jazz standard as a framework. We're going to work over the first 16 measures of Just Friends, which is a very common set of chord changes. I have divided the following examples into 4 main topics. Chord and note names refer to the tenor key, which is A major for the standard. So let's start. The first topic is about single chord tones and extensions. We should be able to sing and play the chord tones of this progression. This develops an oral understanding of each chord's color and function. Start by making sure that you can hear all the different roots. Let's first play each one rubato and then sing it. Da, 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 da. Once you're able to do this reliably, try to sing the note first and then confirm it by playing it on your horn. Da, 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 Let's move on to the guide tones. 3rd and 7 give to each chord its particular function. Make sure that you familiarize with the sound of these on each chord. Bo-da, bo-da, da-ba, do-da, bo-da, da-do, bo-da, da-do, do-da. Once the sound of these chord tones is clear, you can then move on to playing a line that uses them to glide through the chord changes. Try to resolve each chord tone to the closest available one in the next chord. Even going after single chord tones can get pretty hard. Here's a run of 13s. Day, 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 no, na, da, da, na, no, da, 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 do, da, 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 da. The second topic is about arpeggios. If you've worked on single chord tones this way, then hearing the basic arpeggios should come quite easy. Da 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 da, do da da da, bo bo da da, bo da da da, da do do da. So let's experiment a little bit with inversions. Let's play each chord in second inversion ascending. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Do va do de. Do do da da. Here's a nice one that I like to do. Start by picking an inversion and a direction. Once it's time to move to the next chord, resolve to the closest chord tone available and invert the direction. You're gonna have to play to whatever inversion you find yourself on. Sometimes you're gonna have to make a choice. You could stay on the same note because the note carries on between two different chords, or you could move upwards or you could move downwards to another note. It's up to you. The important thing is that you hear clearly where you're going to. I'm gonna start on the third of the first chord and move upward. Moving on to the next topic, we should be able to play scales over these changes. We can once again design a rule for ourselves by taking advantage of the direction. Selecting the scales that most fit the chords of this progression, we could play from the root up to the 7 on uneven bars and from the 7 to the root on even bars, for example. There really is no limit to the kind of rules we can make up for ourselves. How about playing the scales between the 3rd and the 9th? right? If we feel like we're getting overwhelmed, maybe because the exercise is a bit too difficult or because it gets us playing for a long time, you can always take strategic breaks, like you can skip some bars, for example. This will allow you to refocus and relax your embouchure. How about we play these scales from the 9 down to the 3rd, only on even bars. The fourth topic revolves around language. Now let's take into consideration a small brick of language, a tiny word if you wish. Take the triad that is built on the first chord on bar 1, which on tenor will be D major in this key. So first we play the 5th, then we approach the root chromatically from below, then we approach the 3rd diatonically from above. Diatonically just means basically using the notes of the scale of the moment. So here it is. We can take this small language brick and carry it around the whole chord progression by adapting it to each chord that we encounter. So when we move from D major to D minor, we will need to change this brick accordingly. 2, right? So here it is through the whole chord progression. There you have it. It might get a bit rushed sometimes when the harmonic rhythm speeds up, like on that last bar, on bar 16. In these cases, remember, you can always either select one of the chords or only play on certain bars. So those were all examples of anchoring. Basically, you create an exercise for yourself by setting up your own rules. The way it works is by making you look at a specific topic only from one particular perspective. This way you will be tackling something each time from a different direction, and this allows you to really increase your deep knowledge of that subject. So it's time to wrap it up. I really hope you enjoyed this second lesson. Let me know in the comments if there is something specific that you would like to delve into next time. Happy practice!